Welcome to the Weird But Wonderful podcast. This is last week's episode. If you'd like to get today's episode, you can head over to patreon.com/mypixelpersona and get episodes a week early by supporting the show. Either way, enjoy the episode. I'll talk to you next time. Peace. Of March 2020, Saturday, 11:38 a.m. It's your weekly dose of weirdness with me, your host. And I'm here with David.
That was nothing. That was fucking nothing, is what that was.
What's wrong with that?
It just felt like you came at it pretty hot, and you seemed like you had something, and then you didn't have anything.
Had nothing. Nothing. Well, you're here with me. It's you and I together.
Yes.
Here now in this, enjoying this moment in time. Okay.
Yeah.
With you, the listener. It's us three together in a room, and what are we doing? Oh, what's that? That's the pulse of the internet.
Is it?
And we're putting our finger on that pulse. It's the pulse of society.
Touch it. Put your hand out.
The vein of the internet runs through the pulse of society. Everyone knows that.
Just rest your index finger on it.
Read an anatomy book.
Read a book,
idiot.
you fucking moron. Get educated.
So what we like to do is figure out what people, the issues that people are struggling with, because this is the advice. When you come on, everyone knows. Ring,
everyone
ding, ding.
knows.
David's here. Ring the advice alarm.
You know what I brought with me? The advice. Surprisingly bad.
David, I'm going to jump neck first right into this one.
You don't want. That's going to be bad for your spinal health.
Dear Amy, excuse me, dear David, the son of a friend of mine is getting married in March. He and his fiancée have lived together for several years. Both are 30-ish and employed. They're planning an expensive wedding followed by an expensive honeymoon to Thailand and have established a registry asking for funding for their honeymoon and or future home. Pretty standard
Normal.
approach.
Yeah.
As we are not interested in contributing to these expenses, would it be appropriate to make a contribution to a charity in honor of their nuptials? Under the circumstances, we plan to save our money by declining the wedding invitation, afraid that a kitty jar might be passed around to pay for the ceremony.
What?
And that's from Perplexed. Should have called themselves. That question comes from Passive Aggressive.
Yeah, that question comes from your auntie who asks, how can I help in the kitchen at Sunday lunches, and never fucking intends to help.
Right, yeah.
She's that goddamn This is a genuine fucking weird, because weddings are weird. Let's be real. Hey, James, let's be real.
Oh,
weddings are real.
Dude.
They're fucking weird, all right? They're really weird.
They are archaic, anachronistic.
So weird.
Why are we still doing them? I don't know. I know
So
I get that it's tradition.
It's weird though.
But it's, when you think about it, it's so weird.
It's weird that we go, hey, I've found someone that I just want to fuck this person for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I think you also have to love them or something.
Come have dinner with me.
Come have the most expensive dinner of my life with me.
But first, it's going to be a dinner where you drink too much, never eat enough because there's not going to be enough food. And you're going to pretty much feel like shit for the next 2 days afterwards because you won't have eaten properly and you'll still be hungover the day after.
Well, yeah, the money has to go on the bar tab.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is another strange thing that we need a social lubricant. Keep in mind, thank God it exists. Thank God it's there.
I'm not going to a wedding without alcohol.
Oh, if they're like a dry, it's a dry wedding, then it's a no James wedding then.
There was a threat from my partner's family at Christmas. They were like, because her dad isn't drinking at the moment. They were like, I don't know, we might do a dry Christmas. And we were like, cool, we might not be there.
A dry Christmas?
Yeah, I was like, no, I think we're good.
I unfortunately have to do a dry Christmas every Christmas because I have to drive to whomever's, my family is hosting the event or whatever, because Sam goes and she sees her family, I go see my family. We don't split the day. We're not a bunch of fucking lunatics who split the day.
I just don't do anything with my family, so off the hook.
So unfortunately, all of my Christmases are dry Christmases. And as someone who lives that experience, it's hell. Santa brought me hell in a handbasket for Christmas.
Because Christmas is bad enough to then add the fact that you have to be sober.
The fact that I'm not shit-canned right now dealing with
does not
all of these people, thank you.
I will
also great, by the way, because at Christmas time I was unemployed. Okay, so fun to go to a Christmas party, right? And is at my sister's place, and she invited some friends of theirs as well. So we gets to chatting, about various things that James don't give a fuck about.
That he don't want to talk about.
Cars, fishing,
cool,
and kill me.
Literally
So
anything else is what I would like to talk about.
this guy starts talking, right? And he's like, he earns well north of $100,000 a year.
Woo!
Okay, and
Doing
here's his
what?
job. He sits down in a chair, right? And he watches. It doesn't even have to be in the room. He's in a separate air-conditioned room watching monitors. There are cameras in another room pointed at a machine that has
What?
pieces of meat that come from some other place, get frozen, and then they come through a conveyor belt. And he just has to make sure that the conveyor belt doesn't get blocked up.
What?
And if it does, he goes out there and moves something. And that's his job, and it pays over $100,000 a year.
Why?
And the reason we got onto that is because he wanted to know if I knew of any free TV show and movie websites, because the ones that he watches at work to pass the time have been recently blocked by internet service providers. That's his,
You can
that's
afford
his biggest
Netflix.
dog. That's his biggest stressor at work.
You can afford Netflix at work.
And I was just like,
At
cool.
work, that's
Yeah.
your biggest stressor.
That's his biggest
I can't
stressor.
get enough good free TV to watch while I do my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, oh, good.
No.
Oh, good. The fishing, the cars, $120,000 a year to sit in a room and watch movies, essentially. Okay. And I'm unemployed. All right.
On the plus side.
Don't stress. I'm employed now. So,
On the plus side, you weren't drinking, so you can just get in the car and leave.
no, the downside was I wasn't drinking. So it was even harder to sit through.
Do you ever do that thing where you get invited to a social event and they're like, yeah, come and get shit canned or whatever, and you're like, I'm gonna drive so that I can leave whenever I want. Because you know when you get an Uber and then you get you get drinks, and if you're gonna leave, then it's you have to gather your drinks.
1,000%. Yeah, I don't like to rely on other people for my exit.
So it's the exit, the other night we were out drinking and I was just over it. I was like, I'm fucking done. And my partner happened to be cut, bleep her name.
Okay.
No, you don't have to. My
Put in
partner,
a different name.
my partner,
Jack.
There
we go. I'll use that.
that'll do. Yeah, she happened to be driving past the place where we were getting drinks on her way home.
Okay.
And she called me and she was like, yo, I'm driving past, do you want to lift at all? And I was like, really badly, yes. I don't know how to.
I can't express to you with every fiber of my being, yes.
I was it was a Friday night. I was so
dove
tired.
in front of her car.
I was like, I cannot express to you. I was like, I love you and please, yes, thank you.
Please now, thank you, yes.
Please, thank you, God, let me get in your car.
Yep.
I was basically ran out the door. But we're talking about weddings because
I enjoyed the fact that hopefully some of those people that you were hanging out with might hear this.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. And then they're like,
Fine. They know. I was so tired.
they were aware.
They knew. They were like,
I was telling them.
They were like, he had 4 beers and he looked like he needed to go to bed.
Yeah, and he told us all, I can't wait to get out of here away from all of you at one point. He said that to them.
I was so tired last night that we were in bed and my partner got up, had a shower, went did a bunch of crap, got back into bed, got out of bed again, went and slept on the couch, and I didn't fucking hear any of it. I don't remember any of that shit. That's how tired I was. So my point being here is
you were drunk tired. You were tired.
I don't know.
You were drunk on tiredness.
Yeah, I was just drunk. I was just drunk on that exhaustion, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, weddings are weird because there's a bunch of social rules that exist for weddings that don't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's if it's some archaic shit, if you got some old school homies or whatever, then you best be when you go to the gift registry, you also got to get them a gift and shit. If they're really old school, there's so many obligations involved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Weddings are so weird. And then to add to that, to then be yo, here's a gift registry. And for you to be can we give it to a charity instead?
I think
What's that move?
But first, I think a gift registry is great because it takes out all the confusion of what should I get them, because it's literally a registry of these are the items that we would like, or just throw cash in for the fucking honeymoon or whatever. I think that they've taken care of it for you. It's
they've done.
You want to come, you want to celebrate. We've literally spent more money than we could possibly afford putting together this whole event and inviting. And you mean enough to us for us to invite you not only to the ceremony but to to the fucking reception. If you get to the reception, that's how you know people care about
That's how you know.
right?
Yeah.
And that's the true North Star of friendship is did I make it to the reception? And
Yeah.
if yes, then you fucking better buy them a present or chip in like $100 for them for their fucking honeymoon.
Wait, but so then you're basically paying $100 for like the evening. You're paying to be there.
You're also remembering that if you're accepting this person's invite, then you probably care about them.
Why? Oh, true.
So-
I keep forgetting that like that
Yeah.
you go to a wedding because you like and
Yeah.
they like you also.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
You're not
that's
just
it.
showing up and being like, fucking
That's
Greg and
that's-
Mary getting a bit greedy, slapping everyone onto the list that they could.
That's why I do for most social events. I'm like, here we go.
So,
I don't know. That's a. Ooh, I don't. The charity thing seems weird to me because that's like.
it's a weird slap in the face.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. It's kind of you. I don't know that you get to decide.
I'm painting you a scenario, right?
Yeah.
You put out a gift registry or give us cash so we can go on a honeymoon, right?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to give a shit about us and care about us.
Yeah.
And then I come up to you and say, I didn't do either of those things. I donated $100 to Mission Australia.
Yeah.
And then I go, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah. What do you do with that? Okay. Well, in that scenario,
That's really nice and great and everything, but
Right.
I can't make fucking toast with that in my new house.
No.
And also, I can't fucking like buy a cocktail on the beaches of Tahiti, right? Tahiti, Fiji.
I see
It's
what
a middle
happened there.
place. It's a
I see what
portmanteau. It's my very new
Okay.
it's my new business.
James
Tahiti.
is really powering through the fact that he fucked that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a new destination.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Destination weddings. Okay.
Exactly.
You get it.
So first of all, fuck a destination wedding. Jesus. That you're pushing it at that.
That's the minute that you're like, come to a place and stay there. I'm like, nah.
My brother was like, "Hey,
Oh.
come to my wedding in Hawaii."
No.
Dog, you live here in Brisbane with me. No.
We live in the same city.
We live in the same city.
where our
I can drive to a house. I'm not flying to Hawaii, dog.
I'm not flying to Hawaii for you.
Yes. I would have if I had the
The
money.
only reason I would do a destination wedding is with the explicit purpose of trying to cut out as many people from being invited as possible.
Right.
I can see some benefit in that.
Yeah, I'd say people do that.
Yeah, I would definitely like, but then I'm like, why wouldn't I just elope? Like we were talking about it the other night. It was like, if we get married, like both of our families are kind of nightmares. So like
Right.
the best option would be like a very small wedding that we'd never tell anyone about.
I
We make everyone sign NDAs.
set NDAs.
You can never talk about this.
There is no hashtag at this wedding, unfortunately. A social media blackout.
It is a blackout.
I would like no one to post anything.
This is
Thank
sort of
you
like the
very much.
Grammys. You can't
Yeah.
post anything until the TV.
It's like the Grammys after party. Do not take pictures of anyone, okay? Because 7 minutes from now, I'd be blackout drunk out of my mind, cutting loose on the dance floor.
Gonna be doing
slapping some sweet DMs that you guys have never seen before.
never.
Dance moves.
And me and James McAvoy are gonna do a lot of cocaine. So
Sign me up.
sign me up.
Sign me up. Amy's response was,
Who the fuck's Amy?
I don't know, someone
Yo, is someone trying to fucking
Someone-
steal our skis?
trying to get in on your
Damn, that's our territory, Amy.
If this couple registered for a slow cooker from Crate and Barrel, would you decline to give it to them, believing that because they are employed and living together, they don't actually deserve to receive something specifically because they asked for it? My point is that the idea behind registries has always been to try and give the couple something they actually want and use. Even though you balk at the idea of contributing money to a prosperous couple, in some cultures, after a wedding, regardless of the social status of the couple, people place money in an envelope and hand it directly to the bride, who places the envelope in a special purse. Less obvious requests for cash are honeymoon registries, which have become quite popular. My favorite registries involve specific items you can purchase for a couple to enjoy while they're on their honeymoon trip, such as ziplining through the rainforest or an afternoon of surfing.
What are we talking about now?
These are like
What the fuck was that?
well, these are specific things.
No, I know
kind
that.
of like a
That's
package thing you can buy. For, like
Just
you
got weird
you're
quickly.
going to James's Fahiti, are you?
So-
well, I hear they have a great ziplining course, and ring
Yeah.
ding ding, here's your vouchers for it. 2 ziplining courses through the rainforest of Fahiti.
I think Amy maybe needs to disclose that she's getting a stipend from them. A little kickback. That's just, it got weirdly specific.
Yeah,
That was-
Amy has stocks in
Amy's-
Fahiti.
yeah,
So,
okay. Sorry, I thought that was odd.
using one of the registries, I contributed for a honeymooning couple to have a coffee and croissant at a cafe during their trip to Paris. They sent me a postcard from their trip thanking me for the gift and completing the circle. Okay.
Jesus.
And they complimented it. They said,
And it was a good circle
thank you.
too. I think.
Just because a registry is set up don't think we didn't notice the fucking little humble brag there,
flex
Amy.
there. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Amy. We get it. You're a good friend.
Just because a registry is set up, a guest is not obligated to use it. In fact, because you intend to skip the wedding, you are not obligated to give the couple anything at all. However, you can pat yourself on the back because contributing to a worthy non-profit is always a good idea, even if your motivation to do so is more passive-aggressive than generous.
Yo!
Lighting them up on her way out.
Fuck, Amy with the door handle jab.
Drive-by.
Jesus, Amy. Yo, that was cold.
On her way out. Just a little piece on the way out.
Out the door, flipping you off. Damn,
There you
Amy.
go. Fuck yourself.
Shit, I didn't see that coming. Look, I don't know, man. It's Amy's kind of on the right track. She got very specific with some of those examples. I think the issue here is not necessarily about. It's less about the idea of like, should I have to give them something? It's more about the idea of like, I don't want to give them something, so please help me justify not wanting to give them something, and I'm going to make up for feeling guilty about that by spending money on a charity.
It's so simple, okay? If you go to the wedding, you get them something. If you don't, you don't. So don't go, you passive-aggressive fuckhead who wants to save, who cares more about, you know, stuffing their coffers than they do this union, this wonderful marriage and beautiful union between two people. Couples, okay? The uniting of houses.
You say two couples? You marrying 4 people?
There is a lot of packages that you can buy at James's new holiday destination
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go.
Dear David.
I don't know if I like them being addressed to me. Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
I've been divorced for a year. My ex-husband cheated on me for years before I found out. I'm currently dating a man, Bobby, who lives hours away. He owns his own business and pays his own bills, but he still lives with his parents. Okay. Bobby is 43.
Ooh, okay.
He stated that there was no reason for him to move out, parentheses, the business he owns is located on their property.
Okay.
I'm having a really hard time with that. I've been on my own since the age of 15, so I do not understand this. Bobby's 2 older sisters are married with children and all live within a few miles of the family home. Also, my 16-year-old daughter refuses to acknowledge Bobby.
What?
Bobby doesn't exist to her. Object permanence when it comes to Bobby.
Maybe the minute Bobby leaves the room, she just forgets he's there.
Yeah. She goes back to, and mum's single.
He goes to the bathroom during dinner and she's like, who's that other place set up for?
Do we have a guest?
We have guests.
She was the one who caught my ex-husband cheating. In fact, she caught him multiple times. I know she needs adjustment time, but it has been a year since the divorce, which she wholeheartedly wanted and pushed for. I've been dating Bobby for 9 months now. Advice on both issues, please?
That's a pretty quick turnaround after it. I know divorces take like a year, but like 9 months after, that's pretty... She's dating him 3 months after the divorce. That's pretty quick.
Well, you know, the best way to get over a man is to get under a Bobby.
No one's ever said that.
Said it just now.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm going to put it on the internet.
There's this activity that sometimes...
Guess what? Precedent has been set.
It's been set, son. There's this activity that Bo Burnham talks about, which is like when you feel really small and insignificant, you try and like string together a sentence, like a series of words that no one's ever said before. Like
I love it.
Like peanut butter bukkake or something. Like if you just...
Oh, I like that.
It's like, and it's
is
like...
that his or is that yours?
That's mine.
I like it.
But like you can kind of... It's like you do something that no one's ever done before by doing that. And I feel like that just happened then with your Bobby getting under a Bobby situation.
Like slurp down a tall glass of watermelon semen.
That's a good one.
Think that's been said before?
Very graphic. I don't think so. I think it's the first time. Yeah. No, you're into it. You get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good activity. What was the fucking question?
Raccoons' favorite colors are yellow, but they're also racist. Has that ever been said before?
That's good. Maybe.
Maybe.
We have to double check.
Basically, she's got a new man. He lives a couple hours away. His name's Bobby. He's 43. He lives with his mum and dad.
What's the question though?
She wants help with both the issues, you know. My daughter doesn't think that Bobby exists, right?
Yeah.
Or refuses to acknowledge that Bobby exists. And Bobby is a 43-year-old man who lives 2 hours away, who lives with his parents. What the fuck do I do?
Is it possible that she just thinks Bobby's a loser? Like the daughter, and that's why she's not into it? Like you could Because
David, that could be it.
'Cause
And
if-
it's such a good point.
if she was like, my previous partner cheated on me throughout our marriage and then we got divorced.
and you're like,
this-
yeah, mum, but guess what he didn't do? Live with his
Fucking live with this. And this new one's like, I'd live at home with my parents.
Mum, I'm 16 and I'm going to college in 2 years and I'm already looking at places to move out to.
Yeah. And this motherfucker's still living at home.
And this guy's 43.
Also,
How the fuck did you two shack up when he lives 2 fucking hours
2 hours away.
and he lives at home with mum and dad?
That'd be a big red flag for me. Do you, what do you think?
He's sneaking her into his bedroom. No, just be quiet. It's
Fuck, yeah.
I don't wanna-
Oh, well,
It's
yeah.
just 'cause I don't like-
Wait, are you hanging
know-
out at that place?
dog.
I have so many.
Imagine you, a full-grown adult in their 40s, right?
Yeah.
At your new partner's place, and you're sitting on the lounge watching TV, and mum and dad walk in, and now they're in the kitchen. Their mum and dad,
Nightmare.
who they live with. The more I think about this,
Nightmare.
the more I can't do it.
You know what I can't do? I can't do. No, absolutely not. Absolutely no fucking way in any version of reality is that happening.
No.
I can't. The idea. No, there's too many variables that go into that. What?
If you
Where
live-
do you hang out if he lives 2 hours away?
Exactly.
Is he just coming to you? Oh, I have so many questions because like you can't.
I know there's so many details that we need that
They're not
given.
provided.
Yes.
and they're important.
How in the living motherfucking fuck did you guys meet?
How did you meet?
Okay, and does he come to you? Do you go to him? If so, where do you hang out? Do you stay at his place?
Also, more to that point, you must live with your daughter. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So he's the same situation for him. He's coming to you, and there's other people in that house. You never have any.
But he's fine with it because he lives with other people, so he doesn't know no
But
different.
you never have any space to yourselves.
Oh my god!
Like one of the best things about being in a relationship and like living by yourself is like that. Like it's one of the best things about my
you can
relationship.
do anything you want.
You do anything you want. It's the best part of
I
it.
can cover an entire shelf in my fridge in peanut butter if I wanted to.
Yeah, you should.
I could do it.
You shouldn't though. You just shouldn't.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, but you
I'm not
could.
saying
Yeah,
do
but
it,
you could.
But I'm saying right now, if I wanted
It's
to,
an option.
If that
If that urge took you.
if it struck me to
Right.
do it,
Right.
I could because I have a girlfriend and she'd be like, "What the fuck do you do that?"
Yeah,
so
she would be like,
I still can't do it.
James, what the fuck?
I know.
Yeah. But
Oh, so many restrictions.
I could do it. I live by myself.
You could do it,
I think my girlfriend would also be like, what the fuck? But
and you'd be like, "Hey, you don't live here. It's
my fridge.
It's my fridge.
it's my fridge. Get the
My
fuck.
goddamn fridge.
Get off my back.
Get that shit off my fucking peanut butter level. God damn it.
That's the peanut butter section.
That's where I put the peanut
my
butter.
peanut
if you
butter.
Could not, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. How many minutes a year do you think I save by having the peanut butter already out? Yeah, that's right, a lot. Who's stupid now? Thank you.
I'm just imagining like
Get a piece of bread and
yeah,
just
you just
scrape
scoop it up.
Yeah.
That's what I was imagining. Yeah,
Exactly.
Horrific. Yeah, and the bread's like breaking apart.
Okay, if you currently still live with your parents and
Yeah.
you're listening to this, that's fine. Whatever, who gives a shit?
Do you?
But do you? But you can't imagine what it's like to not be around your parents because you'd be like, yeah, it's not that different. It's so much different.
It's
like,
so different.
It just in every conceivable way.
Completely changes who you are as a person.
And it's way fucking better.
So much
It's rad.
better. I cannot express how much better it is.
Yeah.
Just my God.
So
God.
yeah, I'm saying so this guy, he doesn't know, he's never suckled the fruit of freedom.
He doesn't know what freedom's like.
He doesn't know what it's like.
Maybe your daughter just thinks he's a fucking loser.
I think clearly,
Do you know what I mean?
Your daughter
I'm worried.
thinks he's a fucking loser.
Which is nothing wrong with living at home, but like I think maybe she's just gone, wow, this fucking dude.
Yeah, and the daughter is like, "Hey, mum, he's me.
Could you get better taste in men?
He's me.
Yeah.
but for his parents."
I actually don't know what you do in this. I think this is one of those situations where you're never going to be in a position, unless he gets his shit together.
You ghost him.
He's 2 hours away. Yeah.
Actually, listen to the last episode. Gradually ghost him.
Right, yeah, slow ghost.
Just do the slow ghost.
Do the slow ghost. Do you think...
Immediately start responding to only 20% of his text. That's step number 1 that I've read from someone who does the gradual ghost.
Yeah.
That's where you got to start. You got to get. He's 43 and he lives with his fucking mum and dad. It's like, I don't know what to tell you.
I
don't know what to tell you.
What if he doesn't have a cell phone? What if he's...
Oh, I'm on my mum and dad's plan.
Yeah.
Get out of my life.
I was imagining him like, you'll have to ring the landline.
Dog. Do you want me to run you through that one? Hello? Hi, yeah, it's Mary. Is Bobby there?
Yeah.
He's just in his room. He's in his room! Yeah, he's just in his room playing Fortnite. I'll go get him.
Yeah, he's...
Bobby, phone! 43-year-old Bobby, phone!
Dude with like a beard comes out. He's fucking...
Oh, who is it?
Mom!
I'm about to get to epic sniper rifle!
I don't have time to talk on the phone. I have to play Fortnite and then file my taxes.
Holy fuck.
Fuck.
The more you delve in, the more you want to delve out.
Mom, what's for dinner? I'm 42.
Oh, dog.
Do you know what I mean?
You start remembering like all of the like childish antics of someone who lives with their parents and the questions of that. Nah.
No.
Get out.
That makes me sick. I'm done.
Jesus fuck.
Christ. I don't know what to... Honestly, no. Just get rid of him. Done. Ghost him.
You gotta ghost him.
Okay. Oh, you know what?
Sorry? You about to say kill? Because he lives 2 hours away and I could just stop returning his phone calls.
Yeah.
You know,
I was, but I pulled back. I pulled back.
Yeah, pretty quick. You can kill. I'm out. No. David, you have to break the cycle.
You got to break the cycle of violence.
Yeah.
I pulled back before I said it there.
Yeah, you're sort of falling into a comfortable pattern.
It snuck up on me.
Yeah, it does. This podcast will do that to you.
It does.
You know what? Fucking kill it. Oh,
whoa.
Snap back to reality.
We were talking about ice cream.
Yeah. All I said was he ate my Thin Mints. I know.
Yeah,
Sorry, I blacked out. I went into a chocolate rage.
Yeah.
Dear David, I need some help.
Okay.
A terrible car accident happened in the front of my house a few months ago that resulted in the death of a husband.
Oh, I can get
The family comes out every Sunday to place flowers at the accident site, which is my front yard.
Ooh, I know where this is going.
At first, I had no problem with them expressing their grief and tried to console the widow every time I saw her. The problem is, she gradually added to the area a memorial stone, an angel statue, vases, and some of her husband's belongings. My front yard is beginning to look like a graveyard and a tacky one. Now she's asking to place a protective shelter over the site.
Fuck off. She wants to build a gazebo?
Hey, Martha, this is still my front yard. Hey, what? Fuck you! I'm putting the gazebo up.
Oh, that's so crazy.
I don't know how to respond. My husband has threatened to go and pull everything up as it is.
Oh, God.
To add to the stress of all this, another fatal accident occurred last month.
No, it didn't.
Resulting in the death of a 22-year-old.
Where do you live?
Apparently on the most street in the world.
Fuck.
He was the son of one of my children's teachers. I can't imagine what she must be feeling right now, passing our home and seeing a graveyard out the front. Yeah, you are driving past where you're like, you know, someone you know died, and there's already a fucking like memoriam thing there. It must be heartbreaking. We live on a dangerous road.
Apparently.
No shit.
Yeah.
And we are petitioning for changes, but I don't want to make our front yard a spectacle, and that's from grieving in the Midwest.
Mama, that's a bad one. That's so awkward.
Yeah.
Yo.
Because at the same time, we're dealing with the death of loved ones, okay? And it's so difficult. It's touchy,
so complex.
And you want to be empathetic, and you but
like it.
But at the same time, it's
my yard.
It's my fucking front yard.
And
you've turned my front yard into.
Yeah. This one makes my skin crawl a bit.
It's a weird one. Oh,
because here's the thing. It's your private property, but like it's also okay, I will say the protective shield thing is like it depends what the protective shield is. Like if it's a fucking gazebo, like absolutely not. But
it sounds like it. It sounds like a sectioned area because it's like, hey, well, sometimes I come here when it's raining and I don't want to be rained on, so I want a.
Oh, I assumed it was to protect the shrine.
Probably as well.
Yeah,
it's a multi-purpose shelter.
Is this if you're on a very dangerous street? Did they die in your front yard? Is that the implication? Like I that's the bit I'm trying to put together.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how it works, but I think it's like, they sort of died
like at that point in the road or something.
Yeah, so or that's like, that's sort of a roundabout where the car was, or whatever the situation was, and then so you just sort of tack it onto like the side of the road.
Could you drive your car into the shrine? It's believable because it's a dangerous part of the road. Just ram it right over. Right over.
Okay, so you're thinking like,
what happened?
And you're like, oh my god! You get out and you're like, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so. Oh
It's
my
such
god!
a dangerous.
I lost control. Such a dangerous road. You know how it is.
You know how it is. And then you could even use that to help petition with the government or whomever is trying to fix it.
Exactly.
More evidence.
Exactly.
It's not exactly a grift, but it's not a grift.
It's not a grift, and it's kind of it's
grift adjacent.
it's the grift that keeps on grifting, really.
It's the
because it's the grift
you
that keeps on giving, because it gives you back. It gives me back my front yard.
You have driven into the memorial of someone's dead husband. Is the only thing that I'm kind of thinking could be something that might weigh on your conscience, sort of.
That could, but
yeah.
By the sounds of it, the husband's pretty pissed off about the whole thing. So why don't we get him to drive into the memorial? Because I don't think it'll weigh on his conscience at all.
What the husband being like, I'm gonna go out there and rip it down, is like the most dude thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
that's such a man move to be like, I'm just gonna fucking destroy it, babe. And she's like, no, what? No.
Could you? And is it weird for you to be like, hey, look, because it is on my property.
Yeah.
How about we do like a single piece?
Uh-huh.
A tasteful piece.
Yeah.
But we workshop it together.
Okay.
So it sort of fits my decorum, but at the same time, it's giving you sort of like, and don't bring the vases and the fucking belongings and the flowers and the blah blah blah. Okay, none of that shit. You get the one nice piece, but it has to. We have to okay it. It has to fit my decor.
Yeah.
And
I actually don't hate that. I think the. How do you tell the widow no though? She's like, I want to add this thing, and you hate it, and you're like, we're not fucking doing that.
Okay.
She goes, but my dead husband loved it. Like, how do you know what I mean?
Separate solution.
Yeah.
Fence.
Oh.
Big old wall and a fence.
Oh, let's just build a wall.
Wall it off.
Just wall it off. Put a lock on the front gate.
And then
how quickly can one?
And then if they this is the part that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I have to say it. So put up the wall, okay? Tall wall,
really
spikes
tall.
on the top.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Well, it's like, if you're gonna build a fucking wall,
no,
build a fucking wall.
It's okay.
If they try and like pin something to the outside, I do call the police for vandalism.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's,
Ugh.
I haven't seen that movie, but get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. Like the one he say that one.
Where the guy says
he say that one in the movie.
He's from the movie about the big gun or something.
And he tell the young, he said, get out of here.
He said, this ain't your grass.
This ain't my grass.
I've been working on it.
Leave.
I've been putting down that topsoil, leaving it out.
I've been watering it 2 to 3 times a week.
There was I'll be honest with you right now. You have a real moment with you. There was a point in time not that long ago where, and I've been living in this apartment for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
This is not that long ago. I was watching a lot of lawn care videos on YouTube.
The fuck? Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Okay. What the fuck?
I had.
Dude.
And Sam would like see me watching it, and she's like, "You have no practical application for this," and I was like, I know.
What the fuck?
I know. I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Dude.
But if you need your grass leveled out, I know how to do it now.
No.
I know the technique with the shovel.
What the fuck?
I know, dude. I know.
That's so weird.
I know.
Fuck. Okay, so on that note, I came into the apartment the other day. My partner was laying in bed and she was watching something on her iPad.
Yeah.
And I was like, babe, what's up? She's like, I'm just watching something. And I was like, that's a real coy response. And I was like, what are you watching? I'm like, little sus, maybe it's like something dirty or whatever,
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, I'm just like watching whatever. She's like, probably wouldn't like it. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And she was watching like this particular, it's like a type of video content where it's supposed to be like cathartic or whatever, but it's like people popping pimples and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like I'd never heard of it.
You've never heard of this?
You don't
know
so
who Dr.
disgusting.
Pimple Popper is?
No, awful to watch.
My God.
Like just horrific.
This lady like went viral, Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
She was like in LA and like she was like a dermatologist. Is that what they are?
Skin, yeah.
Yeah. So and she would like film the videos of like popping the pimples and the blackheads and the zits and stuff, and she'd put them up online, and they went viral. I think she has like a TV show now.
What?
She's parlayed that into a television show.
Yeah, I had no idea this was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And we just like went down the rabbit hole, and there's one of like people cutting soap as well.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Dog, it's like
yeah.
because you don't have Instagram. Yeah. So you're not aware of like.
Yeah.
So you missed the whole slime trend as well, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was a journey for me anyway. But I think that was like I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And I just about lost my mind.
I know.
Oh, and then okay, this is just gonna be me talking about weird internet shit that she's been showing me. But then we were like, there was this Facebook video. I'll have to send it to you, where this dude goes fishing with like bottles of soda and Mentos.
Okay.
It's so hard to explain. I'll have to send. It's just
So
like,
he puts them in and then he throws them in the water.
no. It's like there's like a hole. There's like a little hole, and then he like shakes it up and puts it down there, and then like it goes in, and then the fish come out. He grabs them.
Okay.
It's so stressful
Because the fish don't like Mentos. They're more Tic Tac fans.
Like, where are the fish coming from? It's just a hole. Like they're just, and the fish keep coming. It's like 50 fish. It's just hectic.
Have you ever gone to get like yabbies or whatever?
Yeah, no.
No? Okay. There's stuff that like lives in holes.
But like it was the most distressing, weird energy.
Yeah.
It was like some wrong internet energy. Do you know?
Wrong internet energy. Okay,
stumble.
we have to start a sister podcast.
Yeah.
Or at least a live stream called Wrong Internet Energy.
It's like definitely. It's where like it's just something about the vibe that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally.
Do we maybe do that as a live stream? But we download. Is it the Tor? The Tor browser,
yeah,
and we get real weird on the wrong internet.
Yeah. Exactly.
We go under the.
We go under the skin.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's definitely like it's there. I'm aware that that's a thing that's happening. So yeah, it's fucked up, is what I'm saying.
Just discovering fucking internet trends. Huh?
It was not. Yeah, it's not good because I was watching that when I was high, and I was like, the fish thing.
Oh, where are the fish?
It was so bad. I was like, no. What was the fucking question?
I think we solved it with the wall. The wall seems
the wall's good.
Get your husband just go out there. He's not cool with it anyway. Just get him to be like, no.
I think that's one of those situations where you can't build it on public property. It has to be on private property. So, yeah, maybe just give them a corner and be like, you can do it here.
Dear grieving, you're obviously a caring person, or you wouldn't have allowed the situation to have gone as far as it has. It won't be a pleasant conversation, but the time has come for you and your husband to talk with the widow and explain that while you sympathise with her devastating loss, you prefer your yard not to be used this way. You have that right. It's private property. Suggest to her that there may be some other way to memorialise her husband, but you need the stone and other objects removed within a reasonable time frame. You may also want to check with your local officials to see what the laws are about this. I like when people give advice and it's devoid of that advice existing within the meat universe, reality, because it's like you're thinking that someone who has just suffered quite a devastating emotional loss is going to respond to that rationally and go, oh yes, I fully understand that this is your front yard, and thank you for the reasonable time frame, and yes, we will remove everything. Thank you. Sorry for impeding upon your lawn. Thank you.
Grieving people are historically rational.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
why we listen to our advice and then you fucking listen to that. That's piss.
That's worse.
Building
a wall is better advice.
You can't do anything with that.
You can't say,
that ends with you getting a knife in the neck.
Go to that widow and say, hey, you're grieving wrong.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
in
about?
The wrong place.
Get out of here. No.
Knifed.
Dead. I mean, you know what? That does solve the problem, though. If you're
if you're dead.
If you're dead, you can't have a problem.
Exactly.
I hope.
And we have somewhere to memorialize you. Check.
You've already started a graveyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
And just sort of a quick one here about some recent events.
Oh boy.
There's been a handful of COVID-19 cases in my area, and there seems to be very little government effort to slow down the spread. So this is coming from America.
Yeah.
I've been encouraging my kids to wash their hands frequently, but my 5-year-old daughter isn't washing her hands enough. I came up with the idea to throw out one of her dolls and tell her that it died of coronavirus.
Oh,
She's pretty upset, and my wife said it was a stupid thing to do.
yeah.
I just want to limit the chances of us all catching the disease, especially since I work
That's
in a care home.
It's not a disease, it's a virus, but
How do you think that approach is? The potential to traumatize your kid by telling them that,
Well-
one of their... Now imagine they walk into their room and they start looking at all of their toys differently, thinking, one of you motherfuckers could have it, and one of yous could fucking infect me and kill my whole family.
That sounds like a healthy way to raise a child.
Yeah. Honesty?
Kids
No.
kids really respond well to being manipulated by adults who are smarter than they are, and they actually never resent you for it later in life.
No.
So what I would do is just double down.
Yes.
Maybe
And she stops washing her hand, kill 2 more dolls.
I was just gonna say kill one of our friends. Jerry died from coronavirus because
Yeah.
you didn't wash your hands.
She fell down the elevator shaft and landed on 6 bullets. And those bullets were covered in
They were
coronavirus.
covered in COVID. That is that you do have to get away with murder, but if you can do that, then I think that's a good manipulation strat.
Yeah.
I love how so many of these questions when it comes to parenting are they're like people trying to get around parenting. Like they're trying to sort of it's hard to I don't know what they're like hack.
So right.
They're trying to like avoid having to do parenting by being like, is this zany scheme a good idea where I manipulate my child?
A scheme.
It's
always a scheme.
And you know the second you're doing a scheme, it's probably a bad idea.
Exactly.
Like-
If you're scheming and then going to the internet to say, hey, is my scheme okay? You know it's not okay.
I would like to say this blanket statement for regardless of what the activity is.
Okay.
If you are doing a thing that
Yeah.
feels kind of like a scheme where you're sort of doing one thing with the hope of an outcome being adjacent to that kind of feels a bit shady,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Right.
Like the anything. I was thinking specifically about like in like a friendship or something like that, or a relationship where like you want to hang out with someone and you find an excuse instead of just saying, "Hey, can we hang out?" Like
Right, okay.
little
Yeah,
manipulations like that, because this is the kind of equivalent in parenting where it's like I want my kid not to get. It's like a good thing.
Yeah.
I want my kid not to get sick, but you're kind of going about it a shady way.
Yes.
Like just sit your kid down and be like, "Listen, 5-year-old. I know you're fucking 5, but this is goddamn important."
Yeah.
Explain it to them, and also they're 5. If they don't understand it, they don't understand it. You traumatizing them by telling them one of their dolls died from COVID-19 is not going to put them in a better position to be more educated about this virus to protect themselves.
Look, and as much as I want to agree with that, my marketing hat does come on.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that fear really is a great motivator. And is used quite a lot to make people alter their behavior.
What fear are you doing?
Continuing with the COVID-19 thing and sort of just killing more of her toys and being like, you're gonna run out pretty quick if you don't start washing those mittens. You know what I mean?
True. That's true. Could you withhold other stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would even buy like a really nice toy that they've been waiting for, and then kill that. You know what I mean?
Get her the brand new Buzz Lightyear and then put him in the bin.
Off him. Yeah.
Also, when she starts washing her hands, hey, he's back. Oh no, you return it to the store, get your money back.
Yeah.
Also,
but as a human being, here's an idea. Talk to your kid.
Yeah,
and here's another idea. Maybe make it fun. Get like a strawberry scented foaming soap.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's make it
a fun activity.
Fucking enjoyment in it.
A little game.
Scaring my fucking kids.
Maybe develop a song they can sing while they're washing their hands so they wash them long enough.
Yes, I quickly just wanted to check with my scheme with the internet. What kind of lasting impact will this have sort of emotionally on my child?
Yeah, because...
Or sort of mentally, what do you think? This can't be good.
By the way, like, again, such a man thing I hate to harp on gender this episode, but it keeps coming up. But such a man thing to do, to be like, I pretended to kill her doll.
Yeah.
What?
Did you try, and was that step 2? No, sorry, that was step 1. Sorry, you didn't go with having an open and honest conversation. No, it did not. My brain immediately went to kill your toys.
It's so crazy. That's so crazy to me, James. To be like, well, what other choice do I have but to pretend that her doll died from a deadly virus that is threatening the very fabric of society as we speak? What choice do I have but to lie about it to my child?
That's putting yourself right in the mindset of like, well, obviously there isn't any other solution. So let's start here.
This COVID-19 is going to probably change the face of society forever. And your solution to tackling this big gargantuan thing that is going to either make or break the human race as we know it in this time of great upheaval. And your solution currently is to lie to your child who's going to be the one in 15 years, 20 years after the nuclear winter picking up the pieces. They need to be better equipped.
Yes.
They can't be dealing with emotional trauma from their childhood.
Oh, I'm going to have to disagree with you there because, I mean, again, if we do go into some type of like Walking Dead apocalyptic environment in the future, you kind of are teaching her the best thing, which is trust no one.
It's true.
You know?
That is a good lesson.
Trust no one.
Yeah, I've seen
put your trust in no, he's like, hey, I'm your dad. Don't even trust me. I've been killing your toys. It's been me.
Guess what?
It's been me this whole time.
They're not even dead.
They're not even dead.
That's how much of a lie this is. This is how many layers there are.
Exactly.
Follow the white rabbit.
He's teaching her the ultimate lesson.
Damn.
Trust no one.
Damn.
Fuck, I'm back on board with now.
Is it Dad Rick Grimes? Is he from Walking Dead? You know? Is it Andrew Lincoln?
In my mind, he is.
Is it Andrew Lincoln? I think we've solved this. I think
absolutely we solved it.
You know what?
He solved it.
Nothing to solve.
Nothing to solve. You've done yourself.
But maybe take her to a shooting range and teach her how to shoot a gun.
Absolutely.
That's a really crucial
Absolutely. Absolutely. Teach her about sort of like foraging.
Fishing. So I've had a farm. Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of starting a fire.
Yeah, fire's good.
Yeah. Covering your tracks.
Like basic medicine, like kind of basic medicine stuff. How to
all that great stuff.
Like sanitize wounds and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bug out bags.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Goods.
Have
clean water, like filtered.
Yeah, filtered water's good. You probably also want to be teaching her how to cook.
Yeah,
you know, just kind of general
and kill.
Probably kill. Yeah,
man,
hunting. Oh man,
yeah.
Oh man,
because man is the ultimate.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't mean just animals.
Cool.
Yeah. The ultimate. You know, threat. Man. Teach your 5-year-old how to kill.
Think I'm stepping away from that one.
Yeah. And you're on board, and I'm on board.
I think I'm stepping away from that.
And we've wax sealed it together. Both of our hands were on the wax sealer.
Kind of jumping back. So, jumping back from that one.
Did you have anything?
What's up?
Did you have anything to throw in, or?
No.
On this episode before we get out of here?
I don't teach your daughter to hunt man.
Well, Papa Monster said, yes, it's stupid. Instead, maybe buy her a scented hand sanitizer. Yes. Or go on a special outing to get fancy soap. I like it. Never lie to your kids. All caps. Bending the truth is okay, but not lying.
Wait a minute. Never?
Never.
I can think of a few instances where that would be a useful...
Santa's a fun one.
Well, I was thinking like... you always go to the nice stuff. I always go to like, we've done something wrong. How do we cover it up?
Oh my God.
I don't know if you noticed that on this show.
So much.
You're always like, Santa's great. It's fun. Like, go on holiday. And I'm like... What if,
but that's the yin and the yang that I love so much about doing this podcast with you, David. Is that I bring the positive yin and you bring the negative yang, and I love it.
I bring that big mood energy because I was like, what if you do something really bad and you need to lie to your kid about it? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm always,
yeah,
because it's like I think never is a. I think
Martha, I've killed your mum. Okay,
right.
Me and you are in this together. I'm gonna be. From this point on, I'm going to be open and honest with you, and you can't tell anyone. Seriously, don't tell anyone about this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, kids are...
Because you'll go to jail too. That's how you bend the truth a little bit.
Oh.
That's the little
hook.
That's how you don't lie, but you bend the truth.
You bend the little truth.
You're part of this as well. So if I go down, you go down.
That's kind of to implicate your kid. Yo, but to be fair, like if the kid was smarter, it wouldn't be a problem. So... That's all I'm saying. That's kind of on the kid at some point.
Exactly.
I do.
At what point is it the kid's fault, and do we stop blaming the parents?
That's such a good question in general, because there are some shit adults, and at a certain point, it's like, yeah, it's no longer the parents' fault. Now they're just a shit grown up.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's not the case. I don't know where that line is. I would love for the listeners.
My understanding is that you sort of do everything you can in the early years when that brain is a sponge, and then from that point on, like, really try hard to not fuck it up in those first, like, 3 to 5 years, and then after that point, it's sort of like chuck them in the deep end. You figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
True. Take that spongy brain and knowledge,
throw 'em,
and you go,
lob them off the pier.
Yeah, sort of
chuck
like
'em, push 'em
go
off.
Just drive them out somewhere and drop them off and say like, find home.
That was what happened. That's what happens in Australia. I don't know if you're internationally, maybe don't know that.
Yeah, everyone.
You hit 17 and
no, you hit 6.
Yeah,
you hit 6. We call it.
They throw you out there in the outback.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make friends with the kangaroos and such.
Absolutely.
That's what. And then later in life, when you need to get to high school, you ride a kangaroo to school. You know how it is. You remember Australia?
That's why I've never been bitten by a snake.
It's never been bitten by a snake.
Look at that bush sense about
Got that energy. You got that.
And every fucking day, I'll tell you this: every motherfucking day that I don't get bitten by a snake, I thank my mum and my dad, and I say thank you, mum and dad, for driving me out to the bush when I was 6. For the big event that everyone knows about in Australia.
The big one.
Right? And they dropped me off and they said, find your way home. And then that's when you learn all of your bush experience. And every night before I close my eyes, before I go to sleep, I go, didn't get bitten by a snake today. Thanks, mum and dad.
Thanks, mum and dad. You know, it's just what every Australian kid does.
Exactly.
You guys know this.
That's why everyone
You guys know
else,
this.
Yeah. I mean, you listening, you're Australian, you know this. A lot of people who listen to this are American, so you obviously don't know this. But look, that's why Americans go like, oh my God, they've got so many deadly things, spiders and snakes and, blue ring jellyfish.
It's not a thing for us.
And then for us, we're like, we dealt with that when we were 6.
We got that bush energy. We walk through that shit. It's like when you're at a crowded mall, you're weaving in and out of people, and
exactly.
It's like that, but you kind of weave in and out of the deadly creatures because you're one with them.
Exactly. My fear now is that society is changing and the bush knowledge is becoming less applicable, and now we need concrete jungle knowledge.
Well, if anything, it's becoming more applicable because when the nuclear winter happens...
yeah.
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 You mean for
talking about before this whole coronavirus thing.
The next 2 years.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're good.
We got those.
Yeah.
We got that, but it's like, for the next 2 years, what are we going to do?
Fucking
not get bitten by snakes. That's for fucking sure.
I'll tell you this much. I could just wander out into the bush and like fucking wait for this whole shit to die down. Then I'll come back. Yeah.
Can you podcast from out there? You can get a dongle or something.
I'll sort of gather some people. I'll turn it into a live show.
Oh, you doing like a commune or something?
Yeah.
We could do that. We do a podcast kind of commune.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So was I not invited to that one?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
We're sort of a neighboring village that we don't fuck with.
Okay. Did not know that.
KOS.
Yep. Okay.
Kill on sight.
Oh, shit.
And that's going to do it for this episode. If you're a person who has internet.
Yeah. Well, you must be if you're listening.
You're connected to the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Maybe you even have something called social media. We're on that.
Could be.
At One Weird Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can go check that out. There's a pretty cool website as well. It's called Patreon. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Whoa. What?
But
what? I've never heard of it. Tell me more.
It functions how, like, in the old days, there were artists and people could be patrons of those. They're like, hey, I love what this person is making. I'm a wealthy aristocrat. I don't know if that's true, but you know more about that stuff. But I sort of said it and you laughed, so I'm assuming it's true. I'm a wealthy aristocrat.
I mean, they didn't. Okay.
I love the art of David McNeil. And so they would say, I like your art. I want you to keep producing more of this. I'm going to give you money so that you can keep making your art.
Yeah.
I'll become a patron. And that's how Patreon works. It's a very similar model.
And how does the website work?
Well, if you go to patreon.com/mypixelpersona, there's a bunch of tiers on there, and you can choose to kick in $1, $3, $5, different tiers, different rewards.
What kinds of things do I get if I chip in at
Well,
different
I
tiers?
mean, you could get early releases of episodes. You could get video episodes of the podcast. You can get video updates. A little behind the scenes, see what's cracking over on what happens on this desk, this desk right here. What happens there.
Happens. What was that website again?
It's patreon.com/mypixelpersona.
Wow, that sounds like a really cool way to get access to all kinds of extra content. Unfortunately, I don't really like anything you make, so I won't be going there.
Damn. And that's such a shame because you've actually helped make, a couple of these.
Yeah,
so
it's
sort of like
what do you mean?
Speaks volumes about sort of like
make what
you sort of like don't like the things that you make. So
wait a minute.
Shout out to
are you recording this?
Who are supporting me on Patreon? Shane, Sam, producer patron Sam. You guys are keeping the lights on. You're keeping the desk There it is again, keeping the desk sturdy.
Yeah.
And, I appreciate ya. And if you want to, become a patron, go check it out. Go have a look. If you want to have a chat just with me, little old me, I'm at My Pixel Persona on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I hang out. That's where I do the do. David, where do you do the do?
I hate that you always ask it like that.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter if you want to.
Sorry, where are you slanging it?
Ugh.
Where are you flopping it about these days?
Got worse. I'm on Twitter at DCM I Hate Pie, or if you want to watch any of my weird content about art, you can find us at youtube.com/DCMworks, or if you want to buy my book, if you like fantasy, if you like steampunk, if you like mystery stories, maynardtrick.com. Book 2 is coming out very soon.
Peep it.
It's
Peep it
hot
with
to
your eyes.
drop. Go check that out.
Audiobook coming soon.
I think it's out. Don't quote me on that. Could be.
Nice.
Haven't.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
But-
it's always good. It's always good when the person comes on the show
Yeah.
and promotes their thing and then says,
Well,
I don't know about that one.
Well, the book's out though.
Oh, books, yeah, read it.
Yeah.
You fucking lazy fuck.
But go to youtube.com/DCMworks. Watch my podcast. Watch my videos.
Yeah,
Check it out.
and then come back here and then tell us who you thought's doing it better.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's start a
a comp.
yeah, a little rivalry here.
But I'm on this podcast, so it's going to be confusing.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
I win either way.
It's fuck.
Yes, cunt.
Yeah, maybe we'll just rate the episodes with David.
No.
Damn. That's
Damn.
gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Take a single friend, a single colleague, a loved one, a family member, your next door neighbor.
You mean one or someone that's single?
Get your speakers, turn them around to your apartment wall, and blast an episode of this podcast at your neighbors this week. And share the show. Tell them about the show. It's the best way to spread the word. Word of mouth.
Tell one person.
Fucking dad about
Tell
it.
your nan. Jesus Christ.
Leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. It helps people find the show. This has been episode 57.
It has.
Come back for episode 58. I'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys. Bye. See ya.
So, wait,
Bye.
no, we're gonna
Bye.
stay here until you hit us.
howdy.
You fucking. I'm out. Okay, I'm going to paint it. Your Archmage Antonidas.
Yep.
You've just cast a spell. Obviously, he's active on the board. Okay.
Duh.
And you've just cast a spell, and now a fireball has come back into your cards, your
Yeah.
hand of cards.
Mhm.
Now do the laugh.
Haha.
That is scarily accurate, and you have no idea what I'm talking
No,
about.
I've got no idea. That's okay. That's a
Alright.
bit. That's a bit for no one except
That's a
James.
bit that's a little tasty taste for me.
That's just a little one for editing James later
yeah,
on.
I'm going to keep that one.
That's for future James.
All right, talk again.
Hello.
Hello, still here.
Hello.
Hello, still here. I'll turn you up a scotch. Give me one more.
Yo, what up, fam?
All right, perfect. Hopefully we don't run out of space on the old... Is that ticking up or down? I have
God.
22 minutes?
Oh no.
Wait, is that real?
Is that real?
Sorry, it's my bad. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Fuck me. That was so
Yeah,
stressful.
I know.
You need to get it together, dude.
My bait.
been- the hottest.
This has been the sloppiest fucking...
Yeah, I know.
What a slop fest this is.
Usually we walk in and hit play.
Fucking oath.
It's a hot mess,
Been in here
James.
fucking blapping around with some
Fuck me.
fucking technology.
Should we do a goddamn podcast?
14th of March 2020, Saturday, 11:37 a.m. It's your weekly dose of weirdness. You're here with me.